on May 3rd, 1469. In 1749, a boy was born who would redefine power. Machiavelli, born. His ideas shaped empires, revolutions, and the very language of politics itself. Renaissance Florence, a cradle of art, but also of power struggles. The Medici family ruled from shadowy corridors, while the church watched with wary eyes. Here, ideas were currency, and survival meant knowing when to bend, when to break. Silk and silver flowed through the streets. Bankers whispered in markets, and families like the Pazzi plotted in the dark. The city was a chessboard, every move dangerous, every alliance fragile. The Pazzi conspiracy of 1478, a failed coup that left two Medici brothers dead. Blood soaked the cathedral steps. Power here was not won with swords, but with secrets and timing. In dimly lit studies, scholars copied ancient texts by candlelight. Plato and Aristotle competed with Aristotle and Plato. The world was rediscovering its past, but who would control its future? The church held sway over souls and states. Papal bulls dictated more than prayers. They shaped alliances, crushed rebellions, and buried dissent in silence. Gutenberg's invention reached Florence. Ideas could now spread faster than armies. The printed word became a weapon. And in this storm, one boy would be born to wield it. Machiavelli, born. May 3rd, 1469. A boy is born in the shadow of the Duomo. His father, a notary, named him Niccolo. The world would remember him as Niccolo Machiavelli, but not yet. His childhood was shaped by the Pazzi's execution and the Medici's return. He learned power was not about virtue, it was about timing, about knowing when to smile, when to strike. At the grammar school, he studied Cicero and Livy, but he also watched the city's power games. The classics were not just texts, they were blueprints for ruling the real world. The Medici returned to power, but their grip was tenuous. Niccolo saw how they used diplomacy and fear. Power, he realized, was not about being good. It was about being effective. At 16, he entered the Medici court. He observed how rulers balanced alliances, how they lied to the public and told the truth to their enemies. This was the art of politics, and he was learning it. In the library, he read histories of fallen republics and tyrants. He wondered, what made a ruler endure? What made a state rise? These questions would shape his life's work. Machiavelli, born. In 1513, after the Medici's fall, he wrote The Prince. It was a manual for power, not about morality, but about results. A ruler must be both a lion and a fox, he wrote. The world would never be the same. His text spread across Europe. Kings and revolutionaries alike read it. Louis XIV saw a mirror. Napoleon saw a blueprint. Even today, leaders quote his words, "The ends justify the means." From Machiavellian tactics and Cold War diplomacy to modern political spin, his ideas live on. He taught that power is not about virtue, but about perception, and that is a lesson still learned. The Prince remains a bestseller. Students debate its morality, but its lessons are clear. Control the narrative, use fear strategically, and never trust too many people. It is the manual of the real world. Is it better to be a lion or a fox? To rule with force or with cunning? His work forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that power and morality are not always aligned. Today, Florence honors him in its streets and museums. But his true monument is in the minds of those who wield power. For better or worse, Machiavelli born, and his ideas still shape the world. What did Machiavelli's legacy teach us? Subscribe for more stories that shaped the world.